Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years. After his release from prison, he spends much of his time negotiating with the African Congress to end apartheid, a set of laws similar to the segregation laws in the United States, keeping all people of color segregated from whites in less than favorable conditions. Even though the blacks and other people of color in the country were a huge majority over the white population, the whites of South Africa controlled the military and the wealth. Mandela encourages the people of color to not seek a violent overthrow of apartheid, because it will only lead to more bloodshed and many more years of unrest. The African governing body negotiates with Mandela because he has been true to his word to stop the violent overthrow. Through these negotiations and from pressure from international countries, apartheid finally ends, and the country holds its first full democratic election. Nelson Mandela is elected president. Many of the whites leave their positions in the government, but Mandela promises those who wish to stay that their voices will be heard. All he asks is that they work hard for their country. He addresses them and says, "If you would like to stay, you would be doing your country a great service." When Mandela assumes the presidency, many of his people want to destroy the white culture because those things bring back memories of apartheid. However, Mandela realizes that in order to make progress and become one nation, they must try to forgive and communicate with the white people, as they are also part of the Rainbow Nation of South Africa. Mandela changes the country's flag and anthem to be more inclusive of all of the nation's people. The National Sports Council attempts to vote out and eliminate the national rugby team known as the Springboks. However, Mandela encourages them to rally behind the team instead, in hopes that it will help their entire country heal. If we take away what they cherish, we just reinforce the cycle of fear between us. I will do what I must to stop that cycle, or it will destroy us, says Mandela. Before the end of apartheid in South Africa, they were not allowed to participate in the Rugby World Cup, because the sport's governing body did not approve of apartheid. Now that apartheid had ended, they can compete in the team's biggest event. However, the Springbok team was a huge underdog. Mandela meets with the team captain and encourages him to push and lead his team to victory. The World Cup tournament has begun. The Springboks have defeated Australia and are continuing their quest for the World Cup, led by their team captain Francois and their president Nelson Mandela.